Welcome to the Old Coin Worth. The rare inexpensive old coins stand as incredible treasures of history, carrying hidden value that can instantly transform an ordinary collector into a millionaire. These extraordinary pieces, often struck in limited numbers or born from rare minting eras, can reach astonishing prices worth millions of dollars at major auctions, making them legendary symbols of rarity, desirability, and unimaginable fortune for anyone fortunate enough to discover one.
The 1976 D1 cent coin, part of the U.S. Mint's yearly series of circulating pennies, carries unique historical and numismatic significance. Struck with the D mint mark at the Denver Mint, this coin was issued as part of a bicentennial celebration for the United States, marking the 200th anniversary of the nation's independence. It features the iconic Abraham Lincoln design, introduced in 1909 by sculptor Victor David Brenner, though it was modified in 1959 to include a more prominent portrait of Lincoln for his 150th birthday. The reverse of the 1976 D coin bears the familiar wheat ears design by Frank Gasparo, which had graced the penny from 1909 until 1958. However, after that year, the reverse switched to a simpler memorial building design, symbolizing the Lincoln Memorial. This specific design is still considered one of the longest-serving reverse designs in U.S. coinage history. A key aspect of the 1976 D1 cent coin is its historical context. The bicentennial celebrations were a major event across the United States, with coins being released to mark the occasion. Although this penny does not feature a special design for the bicentennial, it was released in the same year as the other commemorative coins, making it part of the larger movement to honor the nation's founding. The production of the 1976 D penny was vast, with billions struck, meaning that the coin is not particularly rare in circulation. Still, its age and association with the bicentennial give it historical value for collectors. The 1976 D penny was minted using the standard copper composition of the time, which consisted of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This alloy, used for most of the 20th century, has since been changed due to the rising cost of copper. However, the 1976 D penny, like most of its contemporaries, remains a significant representation of U.S. coinage in that era. While many of these pennies are still in circulation, some may be in better condition than others, and those in mint state or with unique error variations can command higher prices among collectors. In terms of rarity, most 1976 D pennies are not considered valuable, especially those with common wear and tear. However, any examples that exhibit high-grade characteristics or unusual minting errors, like double strikes, misprints, or off-center strikes, can increase the value. It's also worth noting that the 1976 D penny is sometimes included in sets or collections of U.S. bicentennial-themed memorabilia, which further adds to its appeal. In terms of market value, the coin is typically worth just 1 cent in its circulated form, though a high-quality, uncirculated example may fetch a few dollars, especially if in pristine condition. Coins with unique qualities or errors could potentially be sold for much higher amounts, but these examples are rare. The coin has found a particular place in the hearts of collectors due to its symbolism of the nation's history and the widespread celebrations surrounding the 200th anniversary. To summarize, while the 1976 D1 cent coin may not be rare in terms of its quantity, its connection to the bicentennial, its place in U.S. history, and its potential for high-grade or error variations ensure it holds appeal for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Even though its value may seem modest in general circulation, the coin represents much more than its face value to those interested in the broader story of U.S. coinage and its evolution over time.